Mr. Vice Chairman, sir. So the government last evening circulated an amendment to the official bill of the government. We received copies of it yesterday evening. It was suddenly added in the agenda today, knowing fully well that today is the last but one day of this session of the House. And now a proposal came today that the matter be referred to a select committee. So I'm glad the Honorable Prime Minister is here. Let us all bear in mind that the credibility of the parliamentary institution now is at stake. This debate started in the 1960s. This bill was first introduced in another shape 42 years ago. And for one reason or the other, we have kept delaying it, postponing it, dribbling the ball. We almost came close to taking a decision on 29th of December last year. The numbers in this House were very clear. To the government's proposal, there were certain reservations we had. It's very easy for the government to say that 190 amendments were made. The proposed amendments were really broadly under four heads. With regard to control of the investigative agency, with regard to the appointment and removal mechanism of the Lokpal, who all are going to be covered by the Lokpal, and whether the Lokayukt should be appointed under a central legislation or every state's own system must decide as to what the character of the Lokayukt in the states is going to be. These were the four broad heads on which there was a serious difference of opinion between the government and the opposition. What happened on 29th of December, if the vote had been taken, perhaps some of these amendments would have gone through. What would have happened? We would have had the Lok Sabha reconsider or a joint session, which is something which is known to parliamentary democracy. Instead, we were told around midnight, reasons were raised that Parliament cannot sit after midnight. Disturbances were caused, and again after 42 years we deferred. I'll only urge the government and the Honorable Prime Minister, let us be upfront and straightforward. Let's answer one basic question: do we want a Lokpal or we don't want a Lokpal? You had from 29th of December till today, throughout the budget session, enough time to consult everybody. The government has consulted us in a non-party meeting. The government has also consulted us informally. And we've given our view. Now the government is to take a call. Now look at the amendment which was moved yesterday. We got an impression that the government is suddenly on the last but one day going to come with this amendment. And the amendment is, all right, we accept your suggestion. And under Article 252, the Lokayukt now will only be a model law. It will otherwise be subject to resolution passed by each of the states. The competence of Parliament to decide that, the condition precedent is that two state legislatures must have passed a resolution. So the government yesterday came out with an incompetent proposal, something not in consonance with the Constitution. Without a resolution of two states, an amendment under Article 252 is proposed here. Knowing fully well that without a resolution of two states, that amendment can't even be considered by Parliament. Obviously, when it would have come up for consideration, the matter would be deferred again, and some more months, if not years, would be added to these 42 years. Today, if the government wants that on these four issues there is a serious conflict of opinion, the government can be upfront, straightforward and say this is the last but one day, it can't be decided tomorrow. We want a select committee. The minister can get up and make a proposal. It does not need a friendly opposition on whose shoulders it will rest this proposal. Let the government be upfront and say, A, do we want a Lokpal, do we not want a Lokpal? What do we do about these four areas on which there is a difference of opinion? And what is the mechanism they want? And if they want a select committee, let the government come up and say, yes, we want a select committee, let this be sorted by a select committee in the House. But we want, and the country expects, a straightforward answer from us, rather than these kind of games being played either on the 29th of December last year or today.